Hello. Okay, I'm going to talk about the competition in high school and how it affected my 4 years in high school. So, this is really close up. Okay, so the first question was, does this resonate with your high school experience? Why or why not? And what this is asking about is what the research we had to read. It was just about how students nowadays are doing school and they're not really going to school for the learning purpose. They're just going to get good grades, get into a good college, and all that. Um, and I can't really say that it was completely all about getting into a good school for me because I wasn't pressured from the beginning like that by my parents, and I'm really lucky in that way. But I did feel a lot of pressure to compete at Priory from all of the really good students at Priory, and the academics are so hard here, and I just have to say that um, competition, it's always at Priory, like academically, athletically, socially. It's high school, it can be rough, but I think the hardest part of it was the academics and the competition that came with that. So, um, how did competition affect your high school experience? Well, I did not get enough rest. I think on average, like there are a ton of studies that say that teenagers specifically, should get like at least 8 hours of sleep, preferably like 9, but none of us get that. Like, honestly, we all get like 6 hours of sleep. And you're lying if you say that you get 9 hours of sleep unless you're taking like all easy classes. Like, no offense, but that's honestly the case at Priory. And so I did not get enough sleep over my 4 years. Except I might have made up for it during summers, but um, so I didn't pursue an extracurricular um, that I wanted to. Last year I was in chamber choir and I really enjoyed it. And sometimes I feel like I should have taken an AP instead of that, but that's where the competition comes in again. It's like it always comes back to that. Like, it always makes us want to take the harder classes to see where the best school we could go. And wow, that didn't make sense. Um, so I mean, this year I took two APs instead of taking chamber choir, and I kind of regret that. Because in the end, like, you're not gonna look back on how hard your classes were. You're gonna look back on the good times you had. Honest, like, that might sound cheesy, but I mean that. And um, what's another? How did competition affect your own sense of integrity? Well, I mean, I've thought about cheating before, I guess. Like, I don't, like, that's so hard because at Priory, like, everyone is expected to have their own personal integrity. It's one of our values that everyone goes by, and yet it's so hard to get. It's so easy to get caught up in just doing well and getting the best grade that, like, you would sacrifice that. So I don't know. That's pretty bad, but um, well, I would tell my ninth grade self to stop worrying. It's going to be okay, because I remember I was really stressed out about coming to Priory and doing really well. Um, but back then in ninth grade, I didn't know that um, like my grades would count for anything. So I think, I don't know. I wish I made it count more. Um, but I think when I go on to college, I'm gonna just remember to always think before you get so obsessed with competition in academics. So that's my spiel. Okay.